Hey, what is going on everyone? My name is M1K3 and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the best high ground retakes to use in competitive Fortnite. If you guys are enjoying these double daily uploads and want to support me tremendously, you can use code MARINTM in the Fortnite item shop. Once we hit 10,000 support a creator users, I'll keep on double daily uploading for 10 entire days, as well as stream every event in Fortnite. We're currently at an incredible 6,402. With that said, let's get right into today's video. To start off this video, I just quickly want to say why you want to have high ground. The main reason you want to keep high ground in a fight is simply to take control over it. When you're on high ground, you will in 99% of scenarios have better awareness over what's going on around you and with what your opponent is doing, compared to if you're boxed up on low ground. You also have a lot more room to work with, and playing high ground is something everyone should learn and practice, as it will give you a massive advantage in competitive play. I'm now talking generally about fighting, not necessarily endgame. I know a lot of people are very comfortable on low ground, but I would recommend you to go out there and practice high ground, because it is better and you will benefit more of that. Let's move on with the video. Alrighty guys, I am now in creative and I want to show you something insane that literally nobody is doing, and it's called fake outs, and it's very simple. So what I want to show you is, if you're in a box and you want to take high ground, because obviously you want to take the high ground, and you're thinking, how should I do it? You know, the guy is above you, maybe standing somewhere between here or here, maybe it's even here. But let's say he's there. When you're in the box, then you have quite a few opportunities. What I personally like to do is fake out and go like this, go back into my box, fake out another time, then go onto the side. You can do a double side jump. That is not necessary nor a really good retake to do, but it's really good. Just simply placing ramps in one direction and then going the other direction. It is an amazing high ground retake that I've been using a lot, and it's especially effective when you're fighting a one-on-one. The opponent is gonna get very confused, and you're probably gonna get the high ground because of it. This is actually something I've learned from Anas when I was at DreamHack Online with Become Legends. I saw him do it a couple of times and I was like, yo, that's really interesting. So Anas, he always sits in 2x1s. He never sits in a singular box, and when he heard an opponent above him, he would often go out, do some fake outs with ramps and cones, and then he would go to the other side, crank a few 90s, and then he would have the high ground, shoot down and win the fight. Anas has amazing aim, and that was just such a smart play that I had to include it in the video. This is very effective in pretty much every stage of the game, and I would recommend everybody to try it out, because these are one of those things where you just basically have to try it for yourself, see what works, and then you can learn from it. This is the first high ground retake, and I hope you enjoyed that one. Next up, we have placing walls and cones to block off your opponent. This is something nearly every pro do nowadays, and if you don't already use this to get high ground, then you definitely should. It's very easy. All you do is place a wall, edit a window, then place a cone through. This can in many cases box your opponent like a fish, and you will get free high ground. Alright boys, next up I want to show you guys how important it is to actually take your pieces. If you want the high ground consistently, it is important that you have the piece control. It's not enough just placing a cone, editing through anymore. That was back in like season 2. It's not enough just placing a floor and a cone. You've got to go all the way with the floor, cone, and the wall. Because if you don't, your opponent will stand here and he will wall you off 10 out of 10 times, and he will just crank up and get the high ground. So always when you're cranking up, just make sure to place every single piece so that your opponent cannot block you off. Because this is what you're going to be doing, right? You're going to be blocking off your opponent, because you're going to stand on top, place walls everywhere. Like, you're going to get the walls, you're going to get the cones, because your piece control is better than your opponent's piece control. And then when you block him off, you can simply take high, look down, get the god peaks, and ultimately eliminate him because of it. Competitive retakes and creative retakes are two completely different things, and you rarely really use any specific retakes in tournaments. However, showcased in the video now is one that I find myself using quite regularly. You want to start off by triple editing a floor, cone, and wall, then do a 360 with walls and place a cone above your head. Proceed to place a wall and edit through. The main reason this one is good is because it's very protected and you don't lose any awareness doing it. This next one starts off by doing a protected cone jump, then you as quickly as possible, preferably way faster than I do it in this clip, do a 180, place a wall above your head, then edit through that, and then you proceed to triple edit. For this one, you have to be insanely fast, because if you do it slow, you're dead. However, if you are fast, this is one of the better retakes out there, and I would highly recommend you to learn it. For this last one, you start off by editing your floor and cone, then connect your floor and stair to the edited cone, place a wall, edit through, build 2 ramps and fake out, flip the ramp, edit the cone, and you're good to go. With that said, everybody, I hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to drop a like, and I'll see you guys in a few hours with a brand new one. Until then, guys, have an amazing day.